Welcome to this session, Mheshimiwa Honorable Justus Kizito. My name is Deborah Mupusi from Parliament of Kenya, and we want to discuss on the mandate of the Select Committee on Broadcasting and Library within the National Assembly.
Thank you so much. I'm Justus Kizito Mugali, Member of Parliament for Shinyalu and Chairman for this committee that we call Broadcasting and Library. This is a committee of Parliament. It's a select committee that its mandate is to broadcast. Broadcast, to have people informed, to get to know what we are doing. It is a communication sort of, in a way that whatever we do in the Parliament, people outside there, they need to get to know what we are doing as a committee.
COVID-19 has posed very many challenges to the world, and even Kenya being part of that, it caught many people by surprise. What has this done to the dissemination of information to the public? How are you dealing with the challenges?
One thing that you must know that this committee has been very, very instrumental. And if you look at this time of the new normal, when the COVID came in, it became very difficult for people to understand what we're doing, because media houses were not allowed access to the house. And in fact, in one way or another, some people thought that the Parliament is closed.
Okay.
The Parliament, members of Parliament have run away because of the COVID.
Okay, following the suspension of the meetings,
physical meetings. So it became difficult, and that's why we went into virtual. And actually, that's when even the broadcasting came in to really limelight, to really find a way of making people get to know what is happening in the Parliament and all this.
And in committees.
In committees, our virtual committees. Now meetings were done through virtual. They're also done through the virtual communication. They're also done through Zoom and all this. So that's the only way we're able to get people getting to know what we're doing. Much of the work is done in the committees.
All right.
So committees are actually mini parliament. It's mini chamber. Committees are just like parliament. And that is why you'll find that much of the work, consolidated information, and is done in the committee, then only presented on the floor of the House. So it's against this background that now we are really working hard to expand the mandate of Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit, so that it can cover members in the committee, it can cover members in the committee, and wherever they are, so that people get to know.
Because that is where issues are also discussed.
Issues,
very
important issues are discussed.
Okay.
And even ministers who are not supposed to get to the Parliament, and now that's where they can sit and they're questioned, cross-examined, interrogated. And that's where you can get all the information. And this information is the one that propel the country and the Parliament to make decisions.
Have you thought about online programming? Young people and even everybody now is digital. Where do they find the work of Parliament? And how have you advised probably the information dissemination of Parliament to go online? Any strategies on online programming? And how far have they been implemented?
Actually, we have that. We are doing that, and much more so, because we already expanded the mandate of the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit, and we have even gone into, we are doing online, we are on Twitter, we are also on live streaming, so that all that we do in the Parliament is all over, so that we are trying to capture each and every audience. There's this audience that's on online, there's down on YouTube, Twitter. There's this other one on WhatsApp and all this. So we are Facebook and actually live streaming. So we are all there to capture all of them, so they get to know. Information is power. I want to give information to the audience, so that our people can, whenever they want to make a decision, they are making from a very informed position and perspective.
Okay, so they can now follow live proceedings on the social media, even when you're not in the chamber, even you members, you can be able to follow something that is being transacted. Is that also being extended to committee work?
Of course, yes, committees, that's what we are doing. In fact, already we are, some committees are, but that's where we're going. We want to really expand that so that we can have all discussions, everything, streaming, so that our people can get information and know where we're going.
Interesting.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of young people, and even not just young, everybody is now getting to the digital space.
We're going digital world.
Yes.
World. That's where everybody's going. The world is digital,
Yes.
and now even this pandemic has forced us even more to get into that,
Yes.
and even speed it up. So that's why we are able to
work.
to work and move.
Okay.
And the digital is the in thing,
Okay.
and that's the way we need to go, and we're going in that direction.
Any mandates that will be added onto the service as it is now? Any synergies with the other media houses to be able to expand the dissemination of information to the public?
We want to open the parliament. We want to open the information. We want to open all the channels so that everybody and all members of public and even abroad, both here and abroad, to get to know what you're doing. That is the future of broadcasting, and getting everybody on board. That one we must do so that people are able to understand what members of parliament are doing and to see where the government is going, because parliament is a third arm, is one of the arms of the government.
Yes.
So people must see what we're doing and where we're going. That's more important.
Okay.
And then we have other issues like the library itself. That's still information library.
Yes.
We want to really revamp, and more so, we may want to devolve the parliamentary libraries to go down to the constituencies, because of what we have this. We have this what you call public participation. When people whatever we do in the parliament, people must know what we're doing.
Yes.
So how do you enhance public participation? We are doing budgets. We have periodical records that we do, and maybe public would like to access. How do they access? So they can't be traveling all day from Garissa to come to Nairobi, Mandela to come to Nairobi. Now what we want to do, we want to make sure that we have the library.
Take information down to the people.
So we take this library down to the people in each and every constituency so that people can access.
Yeah, so that you can have an informed society.
Alongside research, so that we can have informed society. And once our people are informed, is good. And you see, we want to enhance, because you see, like for purposes of academic purposes, our children are in school, the students are there, they would like to get information. How do you do it? We need to open it so widely so that our people can have easy access to the information that will be useful to them.
And the public always think that you only work in plenary. Those who do not see you speak in plenary in a day or two, or in a session or another, where else can they find your work? What do you do apart from being plenary? You need to inform the public so that they can know that if they don't see you in plenary, they can then find you in a committee sitting or somewhere else, in a field visit, for example. What else do you do apart from being in plenary? No,
that's where we are now, because actually most of them think that much of the work of member of parliament is done on the plenary, and they think the plenary is everything. So when you don't speak on the plenary now, you are underperforming, you are not performing at all. That's what they think. But as from the beginning, I say that this is a presidential system where much of the work is done in other committees, other setups, excursions, when people go for other
field visits,
public
participation
forums and all this. There's a lot that goes on there. So that's why we want now to help them get to understand that the work of the members of parliament is not only limited to the plenary. It is all over, it's the constituency and all. That's why we want to open space, free space for them to see, and that's why we're expanding the mandate of the
PBU,
the PBU, Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit, so that people can see what we're doing.
So that people can be informed and have a lot more information on the work of members who represent them, other than thinking that when they don't speak in plenary, they have not worked. Okay. And
even the parliament, there are so many people, it's so crowded nowadays. The members of parliament are many.
Yes.
In a day, how many of them can speak?
Yes, the time is limited.
And people speak on the topical issue, the one that they want to talk about. Because like parliament covers so variety of information, variety of topics and all this. So you can't just limit yourself to say it's only plenary and all this. So we have elsewhere where we do the work, and for the people, and actually we work for the people from wherever we are. So it is people's constitution. So we have to work for them as it was determined by the constitution. The constitution just gives us mandate,
Yes.
and it tells us to give them more information. That's why we shall continue and endeavor having them informed.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Thank you.